Hello and welcome to DCP Live, episode number 313. Just had to look at it to verify. Yes, first one of
You're only
November.
100 off. 200.
I was about to say 200. Yeah, I don't know. I think we were talking about Call of Duty and Mylan being a troll in the pre-show, and I think it just fried my brain. Actually, everything just went.
Yeah.
You know. So that's where I'm at right now. In fact, how is that, Mylan? How's your Call of Duty days right now? You going?
Okay, so jumped into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
This is the Modern Warfare 2 remake.
Modern Warfare 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I only like one mode, and it's really fun. The prisoner rescue is like big Trials of Osiris, like D1 vibes. It is really exciting. It's really fun. It's like you go down, but you can be revived. So you get these big swings where you could have like 1 versus 5 or 1 versus 4, and that person can go like res people, and then you like everyone's back in the game. And the objective is you take turns of running into enemy territory, picking up a prisoner, and then bringing it back to your extract zone. And so there's lots of opportunity to like clutch around. Like you could go for the prisoner, bring it back, and you could win the round on that. Or you could go get the reses and you get everyone up and then get the prisoner, and it's actually pretty fun.
Is there
I've been really
revive tokens or infinite revives, or is it revive tokens?
I think you get one. Yeah, I think you get one revive. So you can't just get multiple downs and then keep getting back up. But I mean, it pretty much like my major issue with the rest of the game is just the spawns are just so bad.
Bad spawns, really?
And, you know, people are like, "This is the best spawns Call of Duty's had in years." I'm like,
yeah, I feel like that's a Call of Duty brand, right?
Yeah,
it's like bad spawns are part of
it's like a trait.
Part of the
yeah. But when you
like
play
you run
game
across the
mode
map, you shoot everybody on the way, and then everybody starts spawning behind you. It's like that's how it works.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you actually have a dedicated map with dedicated spawns, like it's pretty well thought out. There's lots of like flanking and ways you can play it and ways you can use your gear and all this kind of stuff. So I actually really like it.
Are all the MW2 maps in there?
I'm not too sure. I'm not familiar enough with it all, to be honest.
That's
honestly
probably the
played
Call of Duty I
since
spent the most time with.
I
played a lot of that
Warfare
one.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get all the skins for the guns, like the autumn skin, and they had what are those bombs that you stick in the ground? They're like directional claymores. They had claymores in that one, right? Yeah. Oh man, I used to abuse the shit out of those.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing is, going into another game, it's always the same conversations. You get so caught up in Destiny, like they're banging on about SPMMM, like get it out of the game, it's bullshit. We're always like just absolutely sweating the whole time. Like, oh, same as Destiny.
Same as Destiny. Same topic. Yeah.
same place.
Same topic.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been like in the Call of Duty community, like paying attention to it at all. But I remember it was way more toxic, like way more toxic. They went through multiple community managers because they were just getting harassed constantly.
Yeah.
Rough job. Yeah.
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 But I don't know. Maybe it's cleaned up now. I don't.
Call of Duty cleaned up.
I've been playing like at night time, like peak Aussie time, and I've probably only had like once a stream out of 4 hours, like a terms of service kind of dialogue where I've had to mute people.
Oh, really?
Which I think is probably pretty good for COD.
Do they have voice chat default to on?
Yeah. So in between, this is the thing. In Prisoner Rescue, when you switch sides, you can talk to the enemy. So you can literally just go, trash. Are you guys playing? This game's easy. And it's just like it's default on between rounds.
Just trying to create a little camaraderie, right? Spark up some discussions about recycling. You know,
we actually did. I did have a really good match where someone did like a takedown, and it cuts obviously straight to everyone's mics open, and everyone was just laughing. And it was actually super wholesome. It was like, no, like he had the prison, and the dude did a takedown, and it was like, whoa! Even like the enemy and our team, and everyone's just giggling, and it was actually really nice. I was like, oh, I wish Call of Duty was like that a bit more.
It sounds like everyone's not jaded yet. You know, it's fresh. They're excited to play the new game. Fresh, right?
Yeah.
People are having fun.
Apparently, it's like the most sold Call of Duty. of all time.
It is.
Right?
No way. I don't
Apparently,
believe
yeah,
it.
they-
800 million the first
Yeah, they
weekend or
broke.
something.
Wow.
They broke a freaking record again, which I'm like,
Wow.
it just
That's
doesn't stop,
incredible.
man. Yeah. So
Well, yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is the fastest selling Call of Duty game ever.
That's
Ever.
that's a thing. I mean that's a big feat because those are
Yeah.
big selling games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bet what's Sony think about that? Like, because that's been like the whole thing, right? Sony's like, wait a minute, if Microsoft buys Activision, they're gonna
Yeah.
pull Call of Duty off of the PlayStation.
And then Xbox is like, we will never yank it off of PlayStation. Chill.
In the next
Relax.
2
Sony's
years.
like, yeah, that's what you say now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sony's
What
like,
do you say when the
no, here's what Sony's
when
doing.
the deal goes through?
Sony's putting themselves in Xbox's shoes and saying they would totally yank it from Xbox's shelves.
100%?
So they're like, you can't do that because we would totally do that to you. So stop it. There's no way you can go through with this. Come on now.
Sony just wants them to wait long enough until they can get like their pinnacle shooter on Sony, and then they're like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever.
Right.
I mean, Sony's tried so many times to get like a pinnacle shooter, right?
Killzone.
Although
Warzone.
I did hear a rumor today that Sony may buy Square Enix.
Uh-oh. And then is Xbox going to say, come on now, where's my Final Fantasy? Well, actually, I guess it already does
They're
that.
gonna say, "Where's my
Right.
NFTs?" is what they're gonna say, because that's
Yeah,
what Square
right?
Oh,
Enix is doing.
Square Enix is
Good
all over
Lord.
those NFTs right now. But I mean, Final Fantasy 15 looks fucking hot. 15?
16. 15 is boy
16,
band.
My bad.
Boy
Boy
band
Oh, yeah, that
road
one
trip.
sucked. That one was terrible, and anybody who likes it is a retard.
Damn, Briar.
Just kidding.
Uh-uh. Well, on that note,
All right.
I had an awkward.
You belong in the Call of Duty lobbies.
Yeah. You,
Yeah.
You, do. You can't say that.
My bad. I didn't mean to say that.
Well, where were we? What were we talking about before?
Yeah. Call of Duty. Actually, this is a perfect time. Briar, you cut and you're being replaced by Cat Briar.
Yeah, Briar's getting
What?
replaced now with this cat.
That's such a good-looking cat.
That is a
Look at this
good-looking
cat.
That is a,
So this
that
is
is a
by
handsome cat.
Brandonius, who's in chat right now, tweeted at us saying, "I have found a cat that looks exactly like Briar." And as soon as I saw this first frame, I burst out laughing because I was like, "That is literally Briar." Look at
That's a good-looking cat. What can I say?
It is,
that!
yeah.
Look, it's Briar.
Is that cat cross-eyed? Is that what's going on?
Maybe a
A
little.
little bit. It looks like it. Yeah.
It's weird because Briar is clearly not cross-eyed, but the cross-eyedness of that cat is lending itself to the Briarness. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
it's Cat Briar. Can you pull a bit of a? Can you look straight in the camera, Briar, and pull a little bit of a like a
Yeah.
bit of a frown, bit of a downturn?
There's no difference between these images.
They're the same.
Yeah, I
They're
see
the
no
same.
difference.
They're the same image.
The same image.
I cleaned my Vault in Destiny. I had a bit of data back up.
Oh, congratulations. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I deleted a
Yeah.
lot.
How'd you feel after
I got
cleansing?
made fun of a lot.
Yeah, of course. That's part of it. It's part of the ritual.
It's not much left.
Do you feel naked and afraid?
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get him back. We'll clock him up.
What if you're suddenly like in some sort of, dungeon? They're like, oh, pull something out like this. You're like, I don't have it because Dado deleted it. No. Are you going to have
Yeah.
remorse?
Possible.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
We found that Mylan is the only person in the world to have significantly more armor than weapons.
Really? What are you holding on to? Were you holding on to?
Because I hadn't made the builds yet. I hadn't, I too scared to delete the armor. So the armor's just sitting there. I'm like, what if it's the right stat piece that I need for a build?
Yeah.
So
Were
now
you holding on to
so now
things
I've
that
gotta
were
make the
less than
builds.
65?
What?
Were you holding on to things that were less than 65 stat roll?
Oh yeah, like all of it's less than 65. Yeah, of course.
Wow. Just dump it, man. No, you already did.
I don't play enough seasonal stuff to get more than 65s. Then again, I did do the Pit of Heresy grind. That was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Huh.
Yeah.
A lot of sub 65s. Those are the first to go.
There's people screaming in chat that he had some 48s.
48s.
48s. What are you even holding on to that for?
Oh, they were mistakes. I don't know why they're in there. But people wanted me to get rid of the spider meme gear that only has like one stat. I'm like, you can't get rid of that. It's like a green with like 1 point of stat in it.
You're allowed
No,
like
you need
one
to
or
keep
two of
that.
those. That's it.
No, it's just from spider, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like doing something that like just kind of a byproduct is like you collect a bunch of gear, but you don't want to be like curating that gear at the moment. So you just kind of keep pushing it off to the side. And that's how I end up with like 48s. It's like,
Yeah.
I just kept pushing stuff into like the vault, and
Mhm.
I'll get to this later, I swear.
I hear you. I feel like it's like super easy to clean out though when you're at that point. What I find is when everything is like a good stat roll and you have good weapons and you're also still struggling with your vault, that's when it gets annoying. Because then you're like,
Yeah.
what do I delete? I'm just
Mm.
chucking stuff now and don't know if I want to come back for it.
Man, what is this I'm hearing about Dado finding your porno mag?
Okay, so I had a weapon in me vault that look, I just put it in there because I don't know why they did delete it. I don't know. I was just there. Okay, and it was like
Listen, it feels
aerosol.
for your wife. You're like, listen, I was supposed to get rid of it. I was given it to me by a friend. It was I don't know why it's still there. I didn't know it was there. It was there by mistake.
Yeah,
And I-
yeah. Basically, it was like a hand cannon with aerosol and something else. As soon as Dad saw it, he was like, "What is this doing here? I feel like I found your porno magazine, but at your current age." I was like, "Please, no, please." You know, he got deleted. So, but you know, the biggest controversy about this whole vault cleaning scenario is Dado doesn't care. No, he doesn't like glaives. He doesn't understand the power of glaives. I was like, glaives are the best weapon in the game. They have the most utility. They are top tier.
He's not with it.
Not with it.
Not feeling it.
Doesn't care. Doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Too
Well, how many
optimal.
glaives do you have in your vault?
Oh, I've got rid of most of them.
Pre-data.
Now. I've got only a couple. Only a couple.
It's
Ezra's got
pre-data.
probably. Oh, pre-data maybe 6.
30, 40?
No, not that many. 6.
6?
6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
It doesn't seem like that many.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're good.
I like them. I think they're fun.
I wouldn't toss them away right away. I'd let it think, sit in the vault for a bit, give it a couple months, ruminate, you know?
Yeah, I've been given homework. I have
So
to
the
put
next
stat
DLC
trackers on
comes out and I
stuff.
panic, have to delete everything.
Yep. That's a
Well-
good way to delete stuff. It's like if you haven't worn stuff in your closet, you know, you just chuck it out. You maybe put stat trackers, and then if I haven't killed a single enemy on them, they get deleted.
You know, that's actually a really great rule. Put like a stat tracker on
It
there.
is?
And if it's like sub 100, be like, you're clearly not using this. You've had it
Get
for
rid of it.
over a year. Toss it.
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is, you all know what the problem is that 3 months from now, you're reading the patch notes and you're like, oh, I have a gun that's going to be perfect in this new meta.
You deleted it.
Well,
Yeah, but you
I
can
didn't, and
always
you
get
didn't.
something that's you know
Yeah.
close to it.
Yeah.
I'll say I think Bungie's doing a pretty good job though of introducing new things that definitely seem like you should go that direction. Like the traits now, origin traits, and
Yeah.
like the perk
Yeah, that's
pools
true.
have been getting more interesting and all that. So I think they're doing a good job of making me feel more comfortable with getting rid of stuff in my vault and acquiring new things that are available. I mean, next season we got a dungeon to look at that
Yeah.
probably is going to have some
Oh yeah.
fun stuff in it, you know?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah,
I love dungeons. Dungeons are good.
dungeons are fun.
Looking forward to it.
It's gonna be good stuff. There's a TWAB, but aside from a TWAB, is there anything else Destiny wise? Was there any lore revelations?
No, the lore is dead.
Lore is
The
dead
lore is
officially.
dead, man.
Yeah.
That's why I
killed
recorded
it?
a vault cleaning video. I am desperate. I do have a video coming out going back and looking at the 2 truths, 2 lies. Now that we've
Nice.
had a lot of things happen,
Oh, I'm
and you
looking
can
forward to
sort
that.
of, yeah, you can sort of guess or, you know, have a pretty good guess at what's the truth and what's a lie. So that's been good. I'll
Marlon, you
also
have the
another-
perfect thing for a video now. We know a dungeon's coming out. We've got the date. You make a video on what the dungeon could be based on the lore.
Yeah, well, what do you think? I don't know. Rasputin?
You know, actually, I didn't listen to the full thing, but Chris Proctor was on Massive Breakdown podcast, and they went through so much stuff.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
they were talking about, and this leads into what potentially the dungeon could be if I'm picking up on what he's saying. But he was saying that Black Armory weapons are for sure gonna come back. They're just waiting for an Ada story beat, and he said like Ada, and he said some other people, and then he said or Rasputin. So I was like, Rasputin. Huh?
I did see there's always something that happens because I always see like a tick rate of a certain topic come up. People are like, it's like, why is everyone talking about Rasputin again? Like, I know that's like an unresolved story thread, but all of a sudden it's like getting people going, oh, what's your thoughts on Rasputin? I'm like, where is this coming from? It's probably from that.
It probably is, yeah.
Do you think Chris would do that? Be so specific about what's actually coming as a hint?
Listen,
I'm
going to say yes.
Okay, so I feel like that would be dangerous. I feel like that would be dangerous territory for a developer to drop a literal, like, this actually is the hint that's coming. You know?
I don't think it would be intentional.
Yeah.
He listed Saint in there as well. It was like Saint, Ada, and then it was like Rasputin.
It's like one of those three is coming next season. Which one is
We
it?
didn't say that.
No, but that's what the community is saying. Like,
oh well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think Rasputin's a potential topic to come back next season, but I don't really have any hints on next season, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, I guess
is it going to be Nezarec, or is it like, I don't know, we're going to get like an epilogue conclusion to Nezarec or not?
I guess that's the thing, right? Is if they don't have something that concludes the whole Nezarec thing at the end of the season that really feels like, okay, this is a story beat we can put aside for a while, then I feel like next season has to hit on it because we spent all season collecting this man's body and he's pretty important. So
and then we just throw it in the trash afterwards.
And then we're just like, next. Yeah. Where are we going? The Vex. The Vex.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna leverage like the curse of Nezarec. I think that's what's gonna be like the focal point rather than like bringing Nezarec back now, which makes me a bit sad. I hope he comes back like resurrected, but I think they might just do something to do with the curse itself, and like the witness is trying to leverage that curse powers, or Mithrax does something with the curse or whatever. In the season.
Yeah. I know they said that Strand is a new power that we discover, but it seems like you could tie things in with like some sort of power discovery with Nezarec's body that awakens some sort of darkness that gives you the connections to make Strand power happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Possible. But this season, does this next season lead into Lightfall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be a pretty big season then.
It should be.
Yeah. It should be story-wise, it should be like going pretty hard.
Again, dungeon. Dungeon's usually got some big points in there.
What was the cadence? What did we get before Witch Queen? Is that a dungeon or a raid? I don't even remember. The season of the
I don't remember.
Lost, wasn't it?
I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
I've forgotten everything about Destiny. Mylan started playing Modern Warfare 2 Remake, and I have forgotten everything. You did it. You had to do it, Mylan. Your vault got cleared out, erased my brain, and now you're a Call of Duty streamer.
You know what? People have been enjoying watching it. It surprised me, to be honest.
So you're gonna make the switch?
I've been doing variety at nighttime. I've got an extra stream schedule now because I look after Leo at nighttime. I'm like, well, and the time difference between West and East Coast in Australia is like 3 hours. So all my mates are in bed as well. So I've been streaming.
So you got to play new games.
Yeah, and for East Coast, even for Pacific, but for East Coast time, you're like right perfect time for people's morning. So
Yeah, people wake up. So when it's my morning, it's like good morning. It's like 7 a.m. And then it's like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like good morning. Like everyone else's morning. Double morning. Yeah.
There were some interesting stuff in the massive breakdown. I'm just looking through the write-up at the moment, so it's kind of hard to go into everything. But they did talk about. There was a question about Lumina because Lumina is obviously a weapon that allows you to support your teammates with healing and empowering. And they asked Chris if they see any potential for weapons and perks in the future to make being a support kind of a viable thing. And Chris said he's very excited by the space for support weapons. We'll be devoting resources and time to exploring that in the future, particularly with subclass verbs and strand,
Ooh.
which is interesting.
Just gonna tether yourself to people as healing or something.
Maybe.
What's the Overwatch lady with the
Mercy?
Mercy? It's like the glaive, like a healing glaive. Just
Healing
flying
glaive.
around. Yeah.
That's what Nezarek brings. He brings a healing glaive to
heroes
heal
never die.
his treachery.
Nezarek's catchphrase: "Heroes never die."
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
Okay.
There's some stuff. I haven't read through all of it.
Big twab today.
There is
Yeah,
a
should we jump into it?
massive qualb.
Yeah, we
let's
probably should. It's
do
gonna
it.
take a while, hey.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is about abilities, and they're talking to the Sandbox team. So these are the changes to the Sandbox that they have lined up for season 19. So they're gonna be going into that. They do have a little section about the goals for the update. So there are some bullet points that I think we can hit. We don't think we need to read all of it, but I think the bullet points are interesting. So the super energy economy at the time promoted extremely passive play and high-level PvP activities to secure guaranteed round wins with the use of roaming supers. Ability cooldowns within each slot were identical. So these are the things that they've changed because it's very easy as Destiny players to forget how things were and what they've changed. So I read through this and I was like, you know what? That was good. Like grenades having different cooldowns based on how strong they are, and they can just up the cooldown of something if it's more strong. So it makes it way easier. So they did say here that the subclass 3.0 updates added build crafting options, additional combinations of perks, abilities, keywords. It was unavoidable because it was going to create power spikes that were not present outside of supers. So it said that to address the first point, they changed trials, reduced timers, etc., etc. And then they talked a little bit about neutral game, but the juice is in what's actually changing and their goals of why they're changing.
Oh, the other thing they said though was important was that their goal is 60-40 like gunplay to abilities.
Yeah.
Is they want
60-40.
60% gunplay, 40% abilities. That's what they're trying to aim for anyway.
That's that would be nice.
In PvP. I mean, in PvE, it's like 10-90.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So let's just jump into it. So it does say here that for season 19, our primary goal is to more closely normalize the power of our existing subclasses, giving us a more standard baseline that we can use for future tuning. This is coming in the form of targeted updates to the outliers on the high and low ends of light subclasses and stasis. So with solar, they said that one of their goals was to get persistent healing in a place where it felt valuable in high-level PvE. However, with the updates to resilience that released alongside Solar 3.0, restoration has proved to be too powerful to our current suite of activities. Yes. Apparently it's too powerful and also a pain point in PvP.
That being said, I haven't actually noticed it as much as when it was just first released.
Well, that's because people had classy restoration too, and it was just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, classy restoration was a bit of an issue.
It was a pain in the ass. So, for restoration, restoration times 1 base healing rate reduced from 25 to 20 health per second, and then in PvE it's going from 50 to 40 in PvE. Restoration times 2 base healing rate reduced from 40 to 32.5 health per second, and then in PvE that is 80 to 65. And it no longer stacks with Healing Rift's healing, the stronger heal over time is value is prioritized.
Hmm.
So no longer stacks.
Okay.
No longer stacks. I feel
Alright.
like that's reasonable from just like initially looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have any issue with any of that. Just have to see how it feels.
Yeah.
But I feel like in PvE anyway, it's been pretty strong. So
Mm-hmm.
Next, they're talking about Radiant. So they said that in its current state, its uptime has no meaningful drawbacks. So they're making a few changes to solar fragments. So Ember of Torches, Radiant base duration reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, and it's going to apply a -10 discipline penalty. And then Ember of Solace now provides a bonus 50% to Radiant duration rather than a flat 5 seconds. This is consistent with its behavior with Restoration. I saw this and I was like, yeah. This is definitely a thing of like, I'm going to have to see how
You're
it
gonna
feels
have
to
to see how
play
it
and
feels.
play against.
Exactly.
yeah,
That's the same thing with the healing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
don't bust it or don't break it so it's useless. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that, but yeah.
Next, they're talking about Hunter's Knock 'em Down specifically, which is an aspect. And essentially, what they were saying in here is that they want to separate the player fantasy of Deadshot Golden Gun and the Marksman Golden Gun even more. Because you'll notice this a lot when you're reading Bungie kind of patch notes, is they're very dialed into what they want the player fantasy to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to do things to like separate the different subclass supers and stuff even more.
Yeah.
So Knock 'em down. Oh, also they do say that Blade Barrage was topping the PvE DPS charts, and it's doing a little bit more damage than they would like. So they're bringing down the bonus Blade Barrage knife count from 5 to 3 per wave.
Mm.
So, Golden Gun, what is changing with Knock 'em Down is it's going to provide a 15% bonus damage resistance to Deadshot Golden Gun and no longer provides bonus duration. So, if you're using Deadshot Golden Gun, they want you to be running in there and like popping heads in the fray. That's kind of the playstyle of Deadshot. And then it said that it no longer provides the damage resistance at all to Marksman Golden Gun. You don't get that
Right.
15% bonus damage resistance. So they're really trying to separate of like, if you've got the like bang, 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 you go into the fray and you're kind of running at people. But if you're using the marksman one, you sit back a little bit more. You're more patient. Take your time.
I get it because the Hunter Supers, a lot of them feel very similar. Like
Yeah.
you just have got Golden Gun or you got a tether, compared with like Thunder Crash or a roaming super. So I get having to separate them. Don't know though. We'll see.
You just got to see how it feels, right? A lot of these changes are like, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I do like having the bonus damage resistance to Deadshot and that kind of being a playstyle where you pop your golden gun and you feel a bit more empowered to go in there and super. But yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Barrage, of course, we said that the knife count's going from 5 to 3 per wave, which is per group of knives. So it now says that it will release a total of 20 knives instead of 24 when you Blade Barrage.
Okay.
You have less knives, less damage. Probably will also be less consistent to kill people in PvP with less knives.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And the reason for this was it was just too high a DPS for PvE.
Yeah, it said
Apparently.
here, I can read the full thing. It says, while it has been refreshing to see Blade Barrage topping the PvE DPS charts, the base damage increase it received alongside Solar 3.0 in combination with Knock 'em Down's bonus knives have pushed it above where we're comfortable with a burst super living. But I guess it is also happening in PvP because I mean, Blade Barrage, it's way more consistent than it used to be, especially if you're running the fragment that makes your projectiles more accurate. But there's still definitely times when you're like,
Outline someone.
Oh.
Feel like it just went right through them.
yeah. So as much as we do the thing where it's like these changes are in PvP only and they're not affecting PvE, I think we probably also need it to be the opposite way where it's affecting PvE and not affecting PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Celestial Fire, which is the Warlock melee. So they said that they had the trade-off because obviously Celestial Fire has long range and it just did less damage up close. So, but they found that people, if they were in a trade and they just happened to do their Celestial Fire melee instead of a regular melee, they would do just under the amount of damage they needed to do to kill someone. So they are increasing close range melee damage from 90 to 100 so that players using Celestial Fire and the auto melee option are no longer at a disadvantage in close range melee fights.
Okay.
Well, that does make sense. If it's 2 melees across the board to kill someone, like I'm fine with consistency. Yep. Next we have Void, which I did not. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. I didn't know that this was a thing until it mentioned it in the talk.
Yeah.
So Void Overshield fixed an issue where the Overshield was only providing 25% PvE only damage resistance rather than the intended 50%.
No idea.
So this whole time, the Void Overshield in PvE has been not as strong as it's supposed to be.
Looking forward to using
That's
that.
the thing is you can't really test that kind of stuff. That's why no one notices it because you can test damage numbers when you shoot something and go, oh, this is not applying the right percentage. You can't really understand if it's like 25 or 50%.
You just assume you're flimsy. You're like, oh, well, the shield is just, they rip through it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. This is actually going to buff Falcon as well because in PvE, if you're invisible and then you finish something, you give your team
you get that overshield.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So that's going to be better in PvE now.
Copy that.
Talking about Void Walker, which by the way, I played against a lot of very good Void Walkers today in PvP, and it was a real son of a bitch. That baby that sucks you, god damn it! Don't bring your babies to the battlefield. It's dangerous, and I don't like the sucking effect.
The child of the old gods.
Yes.
Are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It covers like a massive circle, and it's just sucking you the whole time.
Slurping.
So it made me go, you know what? Because so at the moment, this is another tangent, but at the moment there is a lot of talk around the balance of classes in PvP, and it's definitely like Void Hunter, Arc Titan, Void Titan, and like there's like more. I think there's more Void Hunters than all Warlocks combined.
Wow.
So Warlocks are suffering a little bit, but playing against those Void Warlocks made me want to go, I'm going to get on my Warlock and make a Void build because they were kicking my ass. So clearly there's something that you could do.
What's nice about the Child of the Old God is you just have to get like a visual. And if like you just get a little bit of damage, then it's like, and then just locks down a whole area and you start seeing numbers pop up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're just like, well, I'm just going to stand here and like shoot you guys. You're just going to die. You're going to have to leave or you're going to have to die. Anyway, Void Walker. They said that it's in a place that they're pretty comfortable with across all modes, but Vortex Nova Bomb currently doesn't feel like it provides a meaningful enough benefit with its pull effect to make it a compelling choice over the Cataclysm variant. And they've also observed players that frequently undershot their intended target in the Crucible. I don't know about you guys. I just shoot the wall. So.
Ceiling. Don't forget the ceiling.
Ceiling, wall, the corner.
Those rafters that hang down just a little bit below the ceiling.
It's because this super does what all Hunter supers do. It's a little leap in the air. It's a little leap, and that leap is always enough to where if you're trying to shoot it down a hallway or something, you're gonna clip the top of the little edge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. So Nova Bomb Vortex, they're increasing the initial projectile speed by 21%. They're increasing the radius of the inward pull on impact by 17% and increase strength of the inward pull on impact by 20%. Okay. So radius 17%, strength 20%.
Speed 20%.
It really is the sucking babies class, isn't it?
That's the baby suck.
Baby suck. That's what I'm going to call it on YouTube.
The baby suck build?
The baby suck build, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this speed running how to get demonetized?
Child of the Old Suck. I can do that, right? That's
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. For Sentinel Titans in Season 19, we're making a change to Shield Bash to make its suppression effect more consistent when the user impacts a fast-moving target in PvP. So they're improving the reliability of applying suppression with Shield Bash. That's it, basically. Void Titans are annoying, so I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
we-
like, I definitely understand it not working, but also fuck Shield Bash.
I'm just like, it's the thing with me is like, especially if I always say 3v3 trials is where you will truly see the banes of the Destiny sandbox. And having Void Titans put up their shield all the time, and they get the overshield, the whole team has the overshield, and then at this point, if you are playing against a player that's equally skilled as you and they have a massive overshield, you're just gonna lose. That's just the way it's gonna be. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like with them topping the charts of most played classes, maybe we need to look at them a little bit more. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
so.
It's mostly just.
Then again,
it's
like
bubble,
they also
bubble
acknowledge
energy.
that we'll get to it, but they also
Yeah.
acknowledge that Invis hunters need to be addressed, and they're up there too, but they haven't done anything. So I think they probably should have acknowledged that Void Titans probably need to look at. But
Yeah, just said like we're noticing a lot of Void Titan play, and we're gonna be investigating that.
yeah,
Just acknowledgement and communication is really all I need to be like, oh, okay, cool.
yeah,
'Cause
especially
currently-
with Bubble as well. Like it's so
Yeah.
strong in trials.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of talk at the moment in the community. And it's that time of the season where we're just pissed. We're
Yeah.
just pissed off.
Angry.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talk around like Bungie just can't balance things fast enough. We have this thing that's like really strong for months, and then eventually they fix it. Players figure out what's strong in like 2 weeks, and then it takes another 2 months to address it. So this probably doesn't help with that sentiment. Next we have Shadow Shot. With Void 3.0's release, we made significant changes to both Shadow Shot super variants. Deadfall Shadow Shot received a larger pull on impact, and Mobius Quiver was reworked completely. We're pretty happy with Mobius Quiver's hybrid burst debuff role, but it's currently too good on one side of that role. We want to push Mobius Quiver further away from Deadfall's role as the long duration debuff tool by reducing its tether life time. So, as we previously announced in Season 19, the damage bonus provided by Divinity is being reduced, which we hope will make Deadfall Shadow Shot a more attractive options for boss damage. So, Shadow Shot Deadfall, they're increasing the tether anchor lifetime when triggered from 8 seconds to 12 seconds, and then with Mobius Quiver, they're reducing the anchor lifetime when triggered from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. I am honestly reading this. I was surprised that Deadfall didn't last longer.
Yeah.
Because that's what that super is. That super is about you can lay a trap and it sits there until someone triggers it or until X amount of time. And then it's supposed to just last longer, right? It's like a trapper thing. So I assumed that it would last longer, but I guess not.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that's good.
significant increase, but
Yeah.
it's kind of
it's
surprising.
twice as
it
long.
was, Yeah. It's surprising it was 8 seconds to begin with.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I just assumed that's how it was already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And then they do say yes here that let's take a moment to address the elephant in the room. We know invisibility is currently a severe pain point, and is it just high level PvP? Really? Are you sure? Is it not just everywhere? Are low level PvP people just like not invisible?
I think they're invisible. I don't think they use it as effectively though.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess it being a severe pain point would be high level maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they say we don't have any plans to announce today, but we're looking at longer term solutions to address the difficulty encountering a full team of invisible Night Stalkers. We made a few changes across updates 6 and 2 updates. I'm not reading all the numbers to make refreshing invisibility more punishing by implementing a radar ping loop to give victims a better understanding of where they may be attacked from. But we don't believe we address the problem strongly enough. We're investigating additional solutions to make invisible players less frustrating to run into without compromising their elusive gameplay style. Now, I will say, we talked about this on stream. We've talked about it for a little bit. Bungie has consistently been doing like lighting upgrades to the engine and stuff and relighting things and all of that. And I think that is what has caused my problems with Invis. because through all of my time with Destiny, and Invis Hunters have been around for a long time, I've never felt like I can't see them. But there are times where I literally cannot see them. I can be in the middle of a gunfight. I know the person's there. I'm shooting at them, and they go invisible, and I'm like, where'd they go? Can't see them. They're gone.
Wow.
But they've done a lot. They've changed the graphic for the Invis Hunters. Like a couple of years ago now, right? So invisibility got more invisible. But then you're right. It's like the graphics have been like kind of evolving. I think the game has gotten darker too. Like as a whole, like there's just more contrast between like light and
more
dark.
contrast. The more contrast would bake it in further. You know, you wouldn't be able to see the subtle separation as easily with more contrast.
I think I've just got old.
No,
Could be
I
that, too.
saw a
Macular
screenshot.
degeneration.
I saw a screenshot that was like, would you believe me if I told you that I'm staring directly at a hunter right now? And like, there's nothing. There's like maybe a tiny outline if you stand there and look at it, but not enough to like if you're running around playing a video game to be able to see them.
Huh.
But yeah, you had like 3.0. Yeah, seriously. You had 3.0 update how Invis looked. And then they also have been doing a bunch of work on the lighting and all of that stuff. So sometimes I can see them fine, but other times it's really difficult to see them.
Well, aren't you like invisible half the time when you're playing PvP? Rocking Rat
Depends
King.
what I'm doing. If you're doing Rat King, yeah, you're invisible like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I personally, I asked people like, how would they change it? Because to me, I would say that it just needs to be easier to see people. Because if people are invisible, but I can see them, like, well, see them reasonable amount.
But then they're not invisible anymore.
But that's how it was for the past like 8 goddamn years. Why does it have to be different now? And it's supposed to be like a radar manipulation, sneaky kind of class, and they don't need to be fully invisible in some environments.
Fair enough.
So that's I would just make it easier to see them.
The only person still playing PvP in this podcast.
Reasonable. Oh, this person's still
Those
playing
damn
Destiny.
invisible players in Overwatch 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Arc. We're moving on to Arc.
Yes.
So they say here that Arc 3.0 is still relatively new, so they're monitoring feedback and data, but they have identified some obvious outliers. I wonder what that could be. Who would have thought that a grenade that lasts for 20 minutes that chases you throughout the entire map that you can only avoid by going to orbit would be problematic? I don't know. It's really strange. Really, really strange. So yes, they say the largest of which is Touch of Thunder storm grenades. Our intention with this aspect was to lean hard into Striker as the Titan's grenade-centric class, echoing Code of the Earthshaker's role, and for the storm grenade to be used to force bunkered players to move when a storm grenade was approaching. It's been pretty clear from feedback in the Crucible that these linger in the world too long and are difficult to read from the target's perspective. Yes, that's correct. I could have maybe told you that within 2 seconds of playing against.
Does it still track you if you're invisible?
I think so.
Yeah. That's
How's it
unfair.
know?
Yeah, how does it know? It can't see you.
You know what? You know what else? You know what else is a thing about Titans? If they are using Rat King and they go invisible, they don't break invis throwing a grenade.
What?
Ooh,
They don't break invis shoulder charging.
amazing.
No.
Or like using
Are you
some melee.
serious?
I don't
Titans
know
are
which
the
melee it
best.
is. I'm like, so, huh? Why?
Why? What?
What's that about?
All right,
It's
let's all
racking,
make.
rep
Let's all
powers.
go invis.
Yeah, just let's go Titans, invis.
Titan Kings.
Yeah. Anyway, to address this, we're reducing the enhanced storm grenade's base lifetime as well as the benefit it receives from Spark of Magnitude. We're also making changes to the friend or foe ring that travels along the ground to improve its readability during combat, and adding a visual layer to the roaming storm to help players identify whether the grenade is friendly or dangerous. So Touch of Thunderstorm Grenade. They've decreased Touch of Thunderstorm Grenade base roaming duration from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. And then they've decreased the bonus lifetime granted by Spark of Magnitude to the Enhanced Storm Grenade from 2 seconds to 1.5. So it was lasting for 7 seconds.
Hmm.
7.
That's almost a quiver shot. Or a,
Yeah. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that this is basically a super that they
Yeah,
have on a way less
basically.
cooldown that's better? Hmm.
it is. It's a better super.
How long does the Revenant super last? Destiny Rev. I can't spell it. I would like to know because that thing also gets stuck on stairs, a corner, a
Tripped up.
not wide enough door. Whereas the grenade, because it's on the floor, it can go wherever it wants.
Yeah.
It's moving and grooving. I just saw that long enough for my grenade to come back off cooldown. Yeah, you can have 2 of them too.
That's right.
You can have 2. There was one game where we were playing against 5 Thunder Crash Titans.
Fun.
And I would go somewhere and I just saw like 3 storm grenades fly up and I'm just like, guess I'll leave.
Mortar strike. Suppressing target?
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, so there we go. And then they're updating the friend or foe visual language. So you're gonna be able to see if it's bad or not. And then for here, this is a PvE change. Sticking with Striker, Ballistic Slam is performing very well in Crucible, but it's a little short of the mark in PvE, so they're bumping up the damage. It's going to be doing 16% more damage to PvE combatants.
Okay.
And then we have Tempest Strike. This is also a PvE thing. So one of our primary goals with Arc 3.0 was increasing the viability of Arc Strider in high-level PvE content, and it's doing pretty well at the moment. However, the global damage reduction Tempest Strike received with Arc 3.0's release makes it too difficult to justify slotting in over Lethal Current or Flow State. So it's now going to do 30% more damage in PvE.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I do like Tempest Strike. It's definitely, like they said, you probably don't want to choose it over the others, but it can apply Jolt and all sorts of stuff in a line against a bunch of things, which that could be fun.
Nice.
Next, we're talking about Stormcaller. So we've received a lot of feedback about Stormcaller's potency across both PvE and PvP since Arc 3.0's release. Primarily that they don't have a place in high-level PvE, especially when the trade-off is giving up Child of the Old Gods, Bleak Watcher, or Well of Radiance. We agree and are making a series of targeted changes to Stormcaller abilities to increase their potency, some of which will also increase Stormcaller's viability in PvE. So they're looking at Arc Souls. Arc Souls are getting their base damage versus PvE combatants increased from 35 to 60.
It's a pretty big bump.
That is a pretty big bump.
Arc Buddy's back, baby.
Yeah. Arc Bro.
Yeah, and then you can make them like stronger Arc Buddies.
Yeah, supercharged.
Turn them into Arc Chads.
Arc Chads. No longer Arc babies. They're grown up. Hitting the gym. We're also making some updates to Stormcaller's melee abilities. While being amplified increases their potency, they also compete with Lightning Surge, which is definitely very popular. So Ball Lightning, they're increasing the travel range from 27.5 meters to 35 meters. And Chain Lightning, they're increasing damage against PvE combatants by 50%.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a big bump.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Shred through enemies.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Nice.
And Chaos Reach, they are reducing the base cooldown from 9:16 to 7:35.
That's significant.
That is. It's almost 2 minutes.
Nice.
Pretty big. Now, Stasis. So they go into a lot about Stasis. So like, yeah, Stasis was real nuts, and then Stasis was not nuts, and we swung hard, and then it's nuts and not nuts, and then it's nuts again. It's nuts,
These nuts and those nuts
and nuts.
These nuts and those nuts and that
Dragon D's.
Dragon D's.
So their first targeted change is to the slow status effect. In its initial form, Slow did too much and penalized too many facets of the player's performance, but we aren't happy with its current form, which just feels like a stepping stone to freezing your target. We're making a measure change to improve Slow's primary utility, reducing movement speed, and leaving Slow's other effects where they are for now. So Stasis Slow has increased movement speed penalty while slowed by 10%.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Boo.
pretty significant.
Yeah.
Don't like.
It's pretty significant. Like if you slow people, they definitely can't sprint at you. So you got to
True.
get the extra slow.
Look,
They
I'm
can
look,
slowly mosey to you.
Yeah, they can just
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be the most annoying thing in the Crucible, even if you increase stasis slow. So
could be. Could be.
void shields is still going to be up there.
Next, they're talking about cold snap grenades. So they've been falling under our reliability target. Yes. While things like osmiomancy gloves help solve that problem, cold snap fails to find even slow-moving targets.
Wow.
Yeah, you throw a cold snap, you just have to like jig a little bit, and you're done. It's over. And just never catching you. So they are making it to where Cold Snap Seeker can now adjust its trajectory for 0.5 seconds after creation, rather than immediately finding a target and traveling towards their last known location. So that's what they were doing. So it literally was, you threw it down, you're here, and this Cold Snap's heading over there, and you just move slightly, and it's like, well, Cold Snap's not going to go there.
It's so weird. I thought it would track.
Nope. Then we have Duskfield. It says we felt like it doesn't currently punish players in its AoE who fail to relocate quickly enough. We're slightly increasing the rate at which Duskfield applies slow stacks to enemy guardians, so there's a bit more urgency when a player gets caught by one. So they've increased the slow stack application rate on players by 13%.
Okay.
Lots of slows.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my Duskfield hunter build back out.
Oh, I have a build.
You deleted your armor. Sorry, man. It's gone.
No, I haven't done the army yet. I've got to make that's my homework.
That
I've got to make the
52
builds.
roll. That 52 roll is gone. What are you going to do now?
I have to play the game, I guess.
Next, they're dealing with stasis fragment slots for aspects. So Revenant Hunter, Winter's Shroud is getting its fragment slots increased from 1 to 2.
Nice.
Cool.
And on Behemoth Titan, Cryoclasm's going from 1 to 2 as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, there's a slow build. Mm-hmm.
Slow, right?
Oh, there's a slow. Shadebinder, they say that's generally in a good place, but they are reducing Glacial Harvest by 33%. So it says here, Glacial Harvest reduced cooldown on Stasis Shard creation per 6 shards from 15 seconds to 10 seconds.
Okay.
Cool. I know what that means.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it says here, a piece of feedback we've heard a lot since Stasis launch was Shadebinder's inability to quickly shatter frozen targets with tools like Cryoclasm or Shatter Dive. We heard that literally when Stasis launched, I think, because they were like, Hunters and Titans, they can freeze people and they can shatter them, and that's like the whole thing is freezing and shattering, and Warlocks can like punch you if you're close, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Whisper of Rending Fragment was intended to be a tool Shadebinders could use to make that conversion easier, but in the current sandbox, requiring a kinetic weapon to be equipped felt too restrictive. So we're making this work on all primary weapons. So Whisper of Rending now provides bonus damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets for all primary ammo weapons, rather than just kinetic weapons.
That's good.
That is good. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very good. I like that. So that's the abilities update that's coming. How do you guys feel?
I think generally good. Yeah.
I think the biggest culprits still need to have a look at, but it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah.
It is a good start.
As someone who's not really playing PvP anymore, like it seems like it's fine. If I was more into the PvP, I'd probably have a stronger opinion about certain things, but
I would definitely like some commentary on just their general thoughts on how PvE and abilities are going, and if it's like at what their usage rate is. Like, what are they going for 60/40 in PvE too, or is that just PvP? And how do they feel content is in PvE and abilities? Because I feel like it's very ability heavy, which is a lot of fun. But I've actually been finding, because I've been doing my homework and making builds, I feel like the most synergy between weapons and like a subclass is actually Void, or for the hunter anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm on Arc Hunter, I could just punch everything. I actually don't need a weapon. I just do 1-2 punch everything.
Yep.
And if you're on Solar, you just throw knives and get all your knives back constantly. But with Void, I sort of have to think a little bit. I have to like make wells or prog something or debuff something or go in and out of invis. It just feels like there's a little. I actually think it's the weakest out of the subclasses anyway for Hunter. Maybe not now with Tether, but if you're doing solo content, I think it's probably it's down there. But it actually feels more balanced, I think, than some of the other subclasses in regards to just ability spam. So I'll be interested to hear some comments from the devs on PvE and how happy they are with abilities.
Mm-hmm. I imagine it's going to be pretty tough with knowing Strand is coming into the mix, and that's going to shake things up. And
I think that's what they said in the TWAB somewhere that I didn't read, but I remember reading it at some point. I'm pretty sure where they were like, Strand's coming out, so we don't want to do like crazy shifts until that's in the wild, and then we'll kind of balance everything around that.
Yeah,
which makes sense. I think they they definitely need to hit Invis, probably Void Titans, and we'll see what the Arc Titan change does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I think it's going to be a little chaotic to keep track of as a player once we get like 6 subclasses altogether or 6 different flavors, because it's already a bit difficult to juggle with Stasis in the mix, remembering what's possible with that stuff, and then they're going to add Strand. And I think if you're making a bunch of builds, it's going to be a nice paradise, but I think a lot of people are going to have their corner that they like, like you happen to be a Void Hunter all the time because you like the kit. Like you're probably going to stick with that for a while, so the more complex it gets, it's just going to like, compound the situation. That it's great to see though, because I think Destiny's more interesting when there's more options and builds to happen. Right?
Yeah. All I want is a more synergy to between the guns and abilities. I think.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
That's all I really want. I don't want them to. And I actually think that combatants. I know there's a big, not controversy, but discussion about combatants 3.0. I think everyone acknowledges that you sort of need more enemies when you've got ability 3.0. Like the enemy density has changed since ability 3.0 came out, and you can see in the content that they release, like dungeons and stuff. There's a lot more enemies because you jolt something and everything gets fried. So you sort of like need to balance that out.
Yeah.
So I think synergy with weapons and have a look at enemies again.
Yeah.
Which I think they obviously will do for new content.
Mm-hmm. When are they dropping this update again? They say
Lightfall.
Lightfall.
Sure
so all these changes. Yeah. So none of these changes are happening next season. It's going to be Lightfall.
Oh, was it season 19? Maybe it was season 19.
Is it 19?
Let me double check. I keep thinking Lightfall's next season. I don't know why. It is season 19. Yeah. So
it is next month.
December?
Yep.
December
6th.
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, that's not too far.
A month. I do see where people where the conversation happens, where people are saying at the moment that Bungie just don't keep up with balancing at all, because Arc 3.0 came out with this season, and I think very quickly people realized that Titan storm grenades were an issue, and it's 3 months to get them changed.
It's next season to get them changed.
Yeah. And that's like I said, right, is that players normally figure out what's good in about 2 weeks, maybe a month max, and then you're sitting on that for 3 months.
What's the solution for that? I mean, I don't know that they can change this stuff like that fast, right? They can't change it day to day. Do they need more play testers?
Um, well, see if it's hard. Obviously, it's not just a PvP game, and these issues I'm sure come up in PvE as well. But like for PvP games, they're updating like every 2 weeks, right? If
Mhm.
something is an outlier, they'll put out an update in 2 weeks and kind of bring it in line. So I don't think it would be reasonable to do 2 weeks, but I mean, I feel like a month would be nice, if something's really strong for a month and then it's dealt with. But 3 months feels like a long time.
Yeah, it's a lot of playtime, a lot of game time.
Yeah.
A lot of like you can have a seasonal event come and go, basically, with the state of things instead of like if it was monthly patches to kind of fix a few things here and there, then you could have a few weeks of trials, but then the next month you're not having the exact same trials with those problems that you saw before.
Yeah.
Or the same Iron Banner. Iron Banner feels the same
That's
again.
never been the speed at which they update this game, though.
No, it hasn't. Yeah.
Right, 3 months I would say is on the short side of getting a. For Destiny,
I've sort of accepted like with a new season there'll be something that's completely busted, and it's just like that's the season. Like this isn't the season of the storm nades, and we'll look back on this season, but wow. You could really complete gems really fast with 3 items, just storm nades. You should just farm your ascendant shards while you can, and then
Yeah.
it's sort of fun at the same time. Like it's not, I mean, when it's PvP, not so much, but when it's PvP and you have something like storm nades just destroying everything, you're like, oh, this is pretty fun. I don't mind this being like this for a while. I just don't want it to, I don't know. And then you got like a live service model. You're making new content whilst trying to update old content. And it's like, I think I've just probably accepted there always be something uber broken and just sort of enjoy it for what it is, and then it will go away maybe.
Yeah, there is a certain allure to that. Like, and sometimes it's too broken, and they know that, and they have to fix it soon. Like laser tag weekend, they're like, clearly that can't stay for longer than just a weekend. But they said, hey, you can have it for a weekend. Have your laser tag. So, I think they definitely are erring more on the let people have fun with what it is before they squash it or fix it or change it. But sometimes, I guess if you play the game a lot, then you're going to get to the point where you're like, this needs to get fixed sooner.
Yeah. Right? It's and I know that Brandonius in chat brought this up as well, saying that they said before that they don't want to nerf things too quickly because it could just be because it's a new thing and everyone's using it, and the sentiment is that it's too strong. But I genuinely believe that if you are a Destiny player and you played PvP against those Titan grenades, you knew right away that this is going to be a problem. Because when you've played this game for so long, you have this kind of internal clock and expectation of how long things last. It's just how you can tell that someone's cheating very quickly if you play a game a lot, because something just feels off. And that's how it feels with storm grenades. It's like, this feels like it's lasting way longer than any other ability that I come into contact with, and way longer than I would expect. Even for something that's boosted, it feels like it's lasting significantly longer than you would expect. And I don't know. Having 3 months to fix that is a bit weird.
Bit much.
It's hard because of the PvP and the PvE, because it's much more tolerable in PvE. In fact, it becomes almost fun. But
it's great fun. Yeah.
But PvP is not so fun. So that's the tough part.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's what's changing real soon.
That's what's changing. Yeah, I am currently working on a build that I'm going to have probably early next week that's dealing with Stasis Hunter Slow.
Doing a video on it?
I'm doing a Stasis Hunter Slow build. Because I was thinking of doing it anyway, and then seeing that the slow is getting buffed, I was like, that's what we're doing.
Nice.
That's what we're doing.
It's called the Chill Out Bud build. Easy there, bud.
It's already pretty fun, so I can't imagine how it's going to be when it gets buffed.
Hey there, sport. Slow down.
Slow down. I do, and now that Stasis is in like a not super crazy, ridiculous stage, I do really like it for stopping people from running at you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously that's kind of, I think, what they designed it for, is to be like crowd control, stop people from just running in a straight line and shotgunning you and keep people at a distance. and now it feels much more like it fits that instead of just really strong.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna hire Mylan again to do your thumbnail?
Hiring Mylan, yes. Mylan's getting the gameplay. Yeah.
He's gonna get the gameplay. Yeah.
Mylan's getting the game.
Okay, so here's an idea for a video. Even Mylan can use this build in PvP.
We'll
It
kit
really cuts
Mylan
the
out in the
ideas
build.
down for the new video, doesn't it?
Yep. We have some exciting news. Woo woo. They talk about the new dungeon. Kind of.
So
They said
not really.
a little bit. A new dungeon is on the way. They want to share when you need to be ready in season 19 for your adventure. So they did give us when it's dropping, which is December 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific. So the first Friday
9
of the new season.
Daylight
Wow.
savings.
Clocks are changing. Yeah. Goes from 10 to 9.
Fall back. Spring forward.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get rid of this? This is
Yeah, man.
ridiculous.
I know, it's very annoying. And Mylan's gonna get confused. Mylan doesn't just change his clocks.
I'm always going to be confused because it's going to be like 1 a.m. in the morning or midnight now. Maybe it's midnight.
But yeah,
9
December
a.m.
9th. Yay.
Mark your calendar.
Nice.
Always excited for a new
What's
dungeon.
it going to be about?
It's gonna be the Felly Stronghold.
The Philly Stronghold, baby. You reckon we'll get any information on this next season, season 19?
Doesn't seem like we're getting anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a month away. There's got to be something, right? Like a little.
They've been not really doing that lately. Sort of
Yeah.
just been dropping this
Letting it
season.
drop.
They changed their tune, yeah. They
Yeah.
hit you with
Yeah.
the epilogue thing and then into the next one. Boom.
See you
Go.
next season. Work it
Yeah.
out. We used to get those they're not even lore tabs, like the lore readings on Bungie's website. Remember that? You used to just get like a lore page that would introduce like the next season or start the
Yeah.
new stuff. You don't get them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay.
Yep.
Also for trials on November 7th, people are gonna get emails where they can vote for the next map. It's gonna be between Anomaly, Cauldron, or Pacifica.
Mm.
So you can vote for what you want. And then it just says if you want to get on the voting action, make sure that you're opted into emails. And then they talk about the Bungie bounty.
Hold
So,
up. I just wanted
yeah.
to say that if I get one of those emails, my vote is for sale.
For sale. Mm.
Yes.
How much?
100% will be taking bribes for the vote of your choice.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Briar's on the market.
Worth it.
That's right. My morals are low and my bills are high.
It's 4090s don't come out of nothing.
Right?
Got to pay for them somehow.
And then we have Bungie bounties, which there's a lot. Friday, November
is a
4th
lot.
is when it's kicking off, and then the last one is Tuesday, November 8th, and they're across everything.
It's always funny. This is how it feels. Bungie's like, yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while. And then all of a sudden it's like, here's a bunch. We scheduled
Get everyone.
an insane amount.
Get everyone.
Yeah, everyone has a bounty now. Catch crash.
It'd be interesting if they did like community focus and had a bounty with them during the focus or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah. It's interesting seeing them want to play Catch Crash to get a bounty.
Catch crash.
Wouldn't that be
yeah.
wild? You just randomly queue in and be like, oh, I need to get that done. And all of a sudden you're like, what's
Yeah.
this emblem? What?
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, you're like, I got a new emblem. What's
Weird.
this from?
Okay. Random.
Yeah, good luck playing Catch Crash during Bungie bounties because everyone's just going to be going in and
They're
leaving.
just gonna leave. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. So,
Mhm.
yeah. That is what's going to happen.
Oh, well.
There's some cool art, but there is one that I must talk about, which is a headless Star Horseman who has Telesto as their head, riding Star Horse.
Hmm.
And that's
That
That
does
is
look
pretty good.
that's
Yep.
pretty good.
That is fantastic.
I enjoyed that.
Nice. There's a lot in this. They're not
There
a bit
is.
crazy.
There is a lot.
Oh, There's a really good pumpkin too with like 3 eyes.
Yeah, the headless
Cool
one's pumpkin.
bunnies.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's a good pumpkin.
Yeah, let me tell you, dude, I went and got pumpkins for my front step. My neighbor, the
Smashed
next
them?
day, shows with 2 pumpkins that are like twice as big as my pumpkins.
Is
Your
this...
neighbor with the perfect
Hold
lawn?
on. Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
that guy? Oh, maybe
Lawn
he
bro?
is in a
Oh.
battle with you. We thought he wasn't. We thought he was just being an asshole. Maybe he is.
And then
Bitch.
yesterday, I did all my leaves, right? And I took a picture because I was like, oh, I was proud. I wanted to show my wife, look what I did. I did all the leaves in the front yard. And I'm like, take that, next door neighbor. Dude, an hour later, he's out there doing his leaves.
Mm.
An asshole.
Right?
Maybe he is battling you. I think he is. You might be right,
I think
Brian.
he is.
You were correct
is.
all along.
Trying to make me look like a fucking
Your
schmuck.
first instinct was right, Briar.
Yeah.
You are in
Yeah.
an eternal battle with this guy.
Guy has a super dick.
Not as bad as it sounds.
What are you going to do to one up him?
I don't know. I think I'm going to spray paint something rude on his lawn.
Like a dick.
Maybe I'll plant some grubs.
Oh,
Just going to drop them.
wow.
Probably I'll do nothing.
Brutal. Do nothing. Yeah. Some crabgrass. Throw it on there.
Crabgrass and plant some
Right.
dandelions.
Crabgrass. Seeds on there. Mm-hmm.
Is that it for the TWAB? There's so much left.
Well,
Is there?
so they're also doing the thing where they're kind of updating. They're modifying some textures on PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One X to reduce their memory footprint with minimal quality degradation. So they're
Interesting.
doing some befores and afters, and I'm like, I can't freaking see the difference.
Yeah.
I can't
it's
either.
Slight changes.
They do have a little note in here for PlayStation 5 players. It says, heads up, PlayStation Guardians. We've noticed a notable number of PlayStation 5 players playing the PS4 version of Destiny 2 on their current gen consoles. For optimal experience for PlayStation goodness, make sure to check out this research here to upgrade to the free PS5 version. Who is out there playing the PS4 version on the PS5?
So when PlayStations first came out, I had this happen all the time in chat where people are like, "What? Why are people saying that PS5 looks so much better? It looks exactly the same." And I'm like,
Oh,
Did you
no.
It was
download-"
confusing to download the correct version. You're right.
It
For multiple
is.
games, not just for Destiny.
is.
This was a PlayStation problem, not a Destiny problem.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely difficult. It's very annoying to find stuff. Even finding like demos, you have to go through like multiple kind of menus to get there. So it's definitely not easy. It's not just like, here's the PS5 version, download it. It's
Yeah.
you gotta press a bunch of things.
Sony's definitely guilty on making a confusing UI experience for that.
Yeah.
But I would say, if you got your PS5 and you've heard it's 60 FPS, maybe you don't know that it's up to 120 FPS on PS5. But if
There's
you
a
knew
lot of
that,
people are
wouldn't
like,
you
I
be
couldn't
like,
see the difference, and I wonder if they just actually didn't see a difference because they were still on
they,
PS4.
they have to have not updated. The difference is the difference between me puking and dying and being happy. So I'm sure there's I'm sure they must notice. Even Eric's could notice. I'm sure he could.
I don't know.
Well,
It's like get crazy. Sees that in his Elgato recording window.
last time I streamed, I remember there was a few people saying, "Oh wow, this is what PC looks like," and I was like, "I'm on PS5. Looks good. PS5 looks amazing."
Download the PS5 version, guys. What are
It
you
look
doing?
good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Double check.
Do a double check. If you're like, I couldn't tell the difference, double check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double check. And if you still can't tell the
It's
difference,
free, It's a free
get your
upgrade.
eyes checked.
That's about it. Just that, daylight saving is happening on November 6th. So
Boo.
boo.
Let's
boo that.
boycott it. Let's just not do it.
I want it to
What if we
happen,
just said no?
and then I want them to make it permanent after it's been
Wait, when is it happening?
No.
November 6th.
this Sunday.
So what does that mean for me? Am I getting on earlier or later?
It means it's either an hour later or earlier, and I don't
Later.
know.
Wait. Yeah. It's spring forward.
If it's confusing
Fall
for
back.
you, imagine how confusing it is for us.
What happens for me? Okay, I'm either gonna be an hour late or an hour early.
On the day of next week, we're going to let you know how many hours away it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I know when people are figuring out, it's like, well, we gain an hour of sleep, so that means.
Yeah, he's doing the fallback and the jump before, and then Jupiter's rising, and the tangent of a quadrant, something, I don't know.
They passed the law where the U.S. won't be doing daylight savings time after spring forward next year.
They did?
Did they actually pass that?
Yay!
No way.
I thought it was still held up.
Because I heard, that they were trying to do it, but I don't. Did they pass it?
It's so stupid. It fucks with your sleep schedule so bad too.
Yeah, someone
There's a
who's
study
like
that there's increased heart attacks right after they do it.
Yeah.
The House passed it, but the Senate hasn't done shit as usual.
Yeah. If you're 80 years old or older and you're making laws, apparently nothing matters.
Well, they're trying to have a cutoff for them now. They're trying to enact a bill that has them cut off. That's not going to pass, but it should.
Right, because they got to make they got to sign the bill that would make them force them to retire. Mm-hmm.
See, all of you saying Arizona has no daylight savings. Yeah, guess what? You're still going to have to log in Destiny at a different time because they're changing it.
Oh,
who cares? No. They still have their afternoon lasts the same amount of time. It doesn't get
but you live in Arizona.
An hour earlier. It's beautiful in Arizona. Flagstaff is a wonderful place to live. They have the Grand Canyon there. Just stay away from Phoenix because that's miserable.
Scorpions, rattlesnakes. I could deal with it.
Cactus.
I love cactus.
They got
a
Sedona.
good saguaro.
Sedona is beautiful. Sedona is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Side tangent. I went on a huge hiking trip all throughout Utah and Arizona. Last place we visited was Sedona. Too. Yeah, place we visited was Sedona. We hit literally all of the amazing national parks in those areas. Visited Sedona, and I was really bummed out that was the last place.
Why?
Because it just was not as awesome as
as good.
The Grand Canyon and Bryce and
Grand Canyon
Zion
is pretty good. Zion is pretty good too. Did you see Arches?
Capitol Reef, Arches. We just hiked through all these places, and I was
it's pretty awesome part of the world, frankly. There's a lot of
amazing
cool stuff there.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Twitter?
I guess it's time for Twitter questions, unless Mylan has any other discussions about Call of Duty's
about duty in general.
Duty, wiping, standing,
duty, walking around with duty on your hands.
Any thoughts on Wax, the originator of poop catch?
Did watch some more Mr. Wax.
Yeah, I did.
He's got some interesting views on masturbation as well.
Man, that was the next thing that was recommended, and I watched that, and I was like, he is a character, man.
I didn't say that one.
He's like, first off, he assumed that everyone catches poop. That's just how everyone does it, because that's how he does it. You catch poop. So
don't you do it that way?
Everyone catches it, And then, he had some strict rules on masturbation, how it's just off the table after a certain point. Just, you do not. And the idea of doing it on your back and it hit, the result hitting you was just mortifying. Just catastrophic.
I can say that you guys have influenced my house buying, because every time we go look at a house now, when we see a toilet that's by itself, I'm like, does it have a basin? No basin. It's not the one, Danny.
You don't want to just spread shit all over your house while you're walking from the toilet to the bathroom. That's good. That's an upgrade.
I think it's just amazing that you now have a reshaped viewpoint of life after that podcast about how your house purchasing future.
And I leave the toilet, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had a basin.
I think you should just keep some soap by the top tank. Solve your problem right there.
Yeah, a little hand sanitizer. Does that work? No, you need water though. You need running water.
In the top tank. Do you have a top tank in your bathroom? In your toilet? Or there you go.
It's running-ish water, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you haven't done my house and I find you in the top tank washing your hands.
You can keep some Foster's beer in that tank. Ready to go.
It's probably cold too. Yeah,
probably cold.
Emergency beer.
Emergency.
Yep.
Yeah. Hugo Rune says, "What is the most benign fairground or playground ride that has properly scared you?"
Oh, it was probably like teacups or something that are supposed to be really chill, and all the old people go on like, "I can do this," and then there's one
Someone cranked it up
rogue.
to 11.
Yeah, there's one
Like
rogue
teacups.
ride that guy, and he's just like, yeah. And let me tell you, the grandmas are spitting.
When you're little too, is like you're getting crushed by all the
You do
adults.
get
You can't they can't hold on because the thing's speeding so fast and they're like crushing you against the side. That's terrifying. You can't breathe. You're like,
Yeah.
I definitely had those moments.
What was the question?
Yeah.
Is it which one you're
The
afraid
most
of?
benign that was scary.
yeah.
Benign that's scary. I don't quite understand the phrasing.
Like something that you thought, oh, that's just a kiddie ride, then it ends up terrifying you.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like all of them do. Because I don't trust any of the operators. Like
Yeah,
if
true.
Or
if
the people
there's
who put them
a
together.
pop up,
There's so many
that's what I'm
videos.
saying. The operators, the people who put them together, like I would never. Like you'd have to pay me a lot of money to go on any ride at a fair that just popped up some places. Like Disneyland, I'll trust because I know Disneyland has like mega bucks and they need to make sure that no one gets decapitated again in their park
Again.
from that big thunder. You know what I'm saying? But any of those like just shady, just it's in a mall parking lot. Here, come in. No way, none of them. I ain't
There's
trust
so
them.
many
you're right.
videos online of like people getting like maimed or killed, like flying off of those things due to faulty assembly
Yeah.
or operation.
Oh, you
It
know
is
the scary ones, the benign is those chair swings. That it's just
Oh,
a
yeah.
chair,
Oh,
like
yeah.
chain, and it
Yeah.
just spins you around.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I ain't going on that. Mm-mm.
Nah.
But even more benign, I think, than those are. Have you ever been on those? Like they're like I think they call like cherry toppers or cupcake ride. This is at a playground where it's just about like 6 feet wide. It's like a metal disc with like kind of like a hump in the middle, and it just spins around.
Yeah.
And then there's like bars for you to hold on to, right?
Mm.
And if the thing gets
Oh,
going
yeah.
fast enough, you start like the G forces start pulling you off of the ride, and if
They
it goes
do,
fast
yeah.
enough, you'll just fly off.
Mm-hmm.
That could be
True.
scary.
Yeah. It doesn't
I've
sound
seen
very
many kids
safe.
cry on videos because of those things.
Mm.
I was one such kid, Watts.
I don't trust any of those rides, man. Not a single one.
Yeah, you're right.
Sparty for You says, if your Guardian was in the MCU, where would they be on the power scale? Able to beat up Captain America / Black Panther, show Thor who the real God of Thunder is, or kick Thanos' ass all the way back to Titan?
And we were literally already Thor just from day one.
I mean, we've killed every god we've come across. I don't see how any MCU god would be any different.
Thanos is different.
Well, they're closer to the Lucent Hive, I would say.
Yeah.
But they don't have reses. We do. So I feel like we'll just win out of
Yeah.
attrition.
I'm back, and you just keep punching them, and then I'm back.
Yeah.
I'll kill 8 hours on this raid, Thanos. You just keep waiting. I'll be there. Give me time.
Thanos is like, I can't
Coming.
believe there's a mechanic to kill me. Ah.
Yeah, you need someone that blinks you out, that just like reduced to atoms, the dust gone.
Yeah, actually, if you think
loser.
Get
about it,
rest.
yeah,
Ghost, hit me up.
that's the white mechanic. Thanos has a white mechanic built in. He's the architect.
I guess I could kill your ghost though. I feel like Thor would smash your ghost up.
See, that's
Yeah.
if we're negligent, If you're
Yeah.
just willy-nilly holding your ghost out in the open and someone snaps it, like Cade.
You blaming Cade for Cade's death?
Yes.
How dare you?
He was
You don't blame
arrogant.
the victim.
I love me some Cade, but he was arrogant and had his ghost just chilling,
Mm-hmm.
eating food at a fair, jumped on a ride, and then boom, he's dead. Went on the gravity defier.
You think having like a real ghost would be annoying after a while? Just somebody chatting at you constantly, like you can't get rid of them.
How would you feel about using the toilet and having to talk to your ghost suddenly?
You think he'd help me wipe?
Maybe.
All right,
Be
get
like,
to it.
Ghost be like, why are you installing a water gun on my shell? Don't ask.
Just thought it'd be fun, DRM says, what Destiny 2 PvP meta did you enjoy the most over the past 4 to 5 years? I see mixed reactions to the sidearm meta, but the stats on the sites like Trials Report shows a very balanced distribution to weapon usage. Curious on all your thoughts.
I just like linear fusion rifles right now. That's about it.
But everything else has been
What
fine.
did you like though?
Yeah.
I like sidearms.
Do you like it now?
Sidearm invisible meta.
No, I still think the Taken King meta before they dropped Taken King when they did the Sandbox change before the actual expansion came out. I think that's still my favorite.
Oh, that little 1 week meta?
No, 1 week. And it's probably because no one figured out in that amount of time what was awful and terrible. Potentially. Maybe that's it. But just playing that week was really nice.
The most fun I had in Destiny PvP was when they revamped Trials the very first week. And the rewards and the solo queue, and there was just heaps of people playing. It was nothing to do with the meta. It was just like the population was big enough. You could have good games, bad games, great games, whatever.
That was nice.
It was.
And you got rewarded
play,
for it.
right?
Mhm.
You could just
I enjoyed
play,
that.
play the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zachary Richens says, Briar, when you wear your Crocs or sandals at the airport, do you walk barefoot through the TSA? If so, why are you getting up in arms about Matt not having a sink when that is a worse crime? Okay, I got 3 points to respond to this. One, I wear socks, you fucking bastard.
With your Crocs.
Well, why would
With
you
my
not
Crocs.
wear socks with Crocs? Your feet would
I don't
just
know.
your feet would get all sweaty and
Yeah.
And cold
stuff,
and,
right?
Like you don't know temperature
Wait,
control on
what?
airport.
You wear socks with Crocs?
Of course I do. I'm not a monster.
Isn't the point of the Crocs that you've got fucking airflow?
Maybe you like your scorpions to get into your Crocs, but I like socks, my friend. Keeps my feet
Wait,
nice
what
and
kind of
warm
Crocs
and
are we talking about?
secure.
Like,
planted.
You've seen Briar's Crocs.
Yeah.
Classic
Hold up.
Crocs.
Hold
you
up,
The fancy
Briar.
Crocs, you're talking about the OG Crocs.
Let's see it, Briar.
Yeah, he's getting his
Let's
getting
see
his
it.
foot off.
We've lost him. That is a nice background.
It is, right? Oh.
These are
It's all
no,
fun.
these are not the Crocs. Those are fancy ass loafers, man. No,
Have you? Oh, sorry. Continue.
It's like wearing
Okay.
socks with flip flops, thongs, mate.
Yeah, when you go to the
Yeah,
pool
you don't
or
do
the
that?
beach. Yeah, are you
No.
rocking socks?
At the pool?
Yeah,
Of course I am. Nice black ones. You know,
black
'cause
ones.
I like my feet
Knee-high?
to absorb all that sunlight and stay warm.
Do you like to, get them all the way up to the leg right here? Just
Pull them right up to the
yeah,
knee.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
respect
want to
that.
know. I have a quick question. It's about Crocs, so it's not a derail. Briar, have you seen the Croc boots?
Boots?
And how do you? I can post a picture in the DCP if you need it.
Did they actually Crocs
Yeah.
though? Not this
They're-
BS
they're-
that Briar's wearing.
They're Croc. They're made of Croc material. They're Croc boots. They are boots. Here.
Oh yeah.
There you-
Oh yeah. These are looking good.
Yeah.
Oh, the kids handle it rain boot.
Where'd
There's
you put it?
several boots.
There it
That
is.
looks fucking awful.
That looks.
That is. It's pretty fashionable, I would say.
honestly, that
It's
just
not
looks
even
more
a
like a
boot,
rain
it's
boot. It just looks like a
I don't
rain
see
boot
the
or weather
problem.
boot.
Yeah, it looks like a rubber boot, but it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
I want them.
Do they come in
Did you
different
get 'em?
colors?
Well, Christmas is coming. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get lucky, get a secret Santa who's listening.
They're waterproof, easy to wear, customizable with gibbets charms. I mean, come on
Oh.
now.
That's what
Oh.
DCP needs. We need to get someone to customize and make us some charms for Crocs.
Gibbets. They're called
Oh,
Gibbets.
DCP gibbets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Oh, okay. Also, B, I actually prefer to wear sneakers on a plane. I don't know why. I just do. I figure that if we have a plane emergency, I want a hardier footwear than a Croc or a sandal.
Question then: if you're thinking that far ahead, are you wearing shorts?
It depends on the time of year, but yes, I could be wearing shorts.
Gonna get some serious burn on that slide down the plane if you got an emergency exit.
Oh, you're gonna get slide burn.
Slide burn is gonna be real if you're wearing shorts. Just saying, if you're thinking about the shoe wear for emergency exit, you better think about the pants wear as well.
Does anybody else fantasize about going down that slide? It looks massively fun, doesn't it? It's like a huge slip and slide.
It looks fun, but I imagine it's like super sandpapery because it's like industrial
You
grade.
think so?
So that thing, they're trying to make it as pop proof as possible. So that means it's probably rough as hell, you know?
Oh, you think it's like but I mean, you guys get a slide on it. You think you're gonna get a rug burn?
Yeah, it's what can happen if you're wearing shorts or a dress or something.
Well, I like shorts though.
I'll just tuck my t-shirt into my shorts, then do like a cannonball, like lean back.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
like that.
Put your feet up in the air. You should be fine.
Yeah.
Into the
tuck my knees
raft
to my chest.
while you're in the middle of the
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean because you were going to like Guardian Con or Destiny Con or something.
Hug your knees.
And it went wrong.
Just go ass first.
Let's be real. If you have to use one of those in the middle of the ocean, you're probably not coming back. So,
Hey man, they got the black box, it's the beeper, the satellite technology. You never know, man. It might be fun.
maybe. I don't think I'll be thinking, how fun is this going to be going down this raft slide?
I mean,
like,
in
I
a plane
can't believe
crash,
it.
obviously, I'm not like having super fun, but like when I'm sitting there watching the demonstration and they show the yellow slide, I'm like, that looks like fun. I'd like to go down the yellow slide.
I know what's going on. They're gonna be having people go down and you show up multiple times. They'll be like, didn't you already go down this?
How did he get back up?
Just climbing back up, getting back in the line. You're like, this is an emergency. You need to leave the plane, sir. We have crashed in the Pacific Ocean.
Also, shouldn't we protect the liquor? It's good for antiseptic.
Briar,
Bring that with us.
this is part of that terrible situation where you would probably get eaten first. Going down on a plane.
Yeah.
But I
just
got
saying.
the liquor. I was the one who got the liquor.
Just saying, you're like, oh, I get to go down the slide, but it also means you might be dinner soon. Just saying.
Damn it. Mr. Macalito, who posted a delicious gif of what looks like maybe red velvet cake. With a thick twab dissected and broke down by the lore masters, let's focus on important things. What did you guys think of Brotato? Briar, what Xbox 360 arcade game is that banging and amazing music originally from, featured in Brotato?
Huh?
I'm not familiar with Brotato, honestly.
What jumble of
I'm gonna
words did
Google
The
you
one
just say?
person who had a chance has no idea. No idea.
Brotato.
Clip?
Yeah, I have not played this yet, honestly. It looks like it might be a vampire savior kind of thing.
Vampire Survivors?
Survivors kind of thing? Yeah.
But potato style?
Rotato.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to check this out because I am
I don't
loving
need-
Vampire Survivors.
It's
Saviors.
dangerous to have another Vampire Survivors in my life.
Oh, it does look like Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Dangerous.
DRM says, what Destiny 2 PvP meta did you... I already asked that one. Ace Dog says, super serious shower question. So in the game, Duck Goose, who is the person walking around the ring? Are you just a human that stumbled upon a goose that chased you? And why are you safe if you sit back where the goose was?
Duck.
Bloody no.
Goose.
Duck Goose.
Are goose?
I think you're a hunter, right? You're like, I'm not gonna shoot the duck. I'm not gonna shoot the duck. Blammo, goose.
But then the goose chases you.
Yeah, the goose chases you.
The
Have you ever
goose.
played Untitled
He
Goose
becomes
Game?
a hunter.
Geese are fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Do geese have like a predisposition of being rude? Just
I'm
widely known.
sure.
They're the
I'm sure
assholes
there's
of the
like
bird
more.
world. Even the crows think they're jerks.
Yeah.
I just typed duck goose lore.
It's just like it's a superhero origin story where the goose suddenly realizes it has powers and it chases the human.
Oh.
It's indestructible. You think you're gonna shoot it with a buckshot, but no, it survives.
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Elmer's
the
blood.
lore, Mylan?
Yeah. Resurrects.
Trying to
and
get
then-
there. There's nothing immediately
lot-
jumping out
Not a
at
lot
me.
out there.
I'd like to know.
While you're looking for
who
that, we're
created
going to the
that.
next one. Ace Dog says, professional new podcast player. Who dis and why is Briar a cat now?
Briar,
Well, Briar, let's hear your feline origin story.
Look, I'm saying that's a good looking cat. What can I say? It's the most handsome cat I've ever seen.
It's a good looking cat. Dapper. I'd trust it.
Mostly
with my,
when
like,
people say,
belongings.
hey, look at this thing that I think looks like you, it's some hideous thing, and you're like, oh, that's what you think of me? But this cat is kind of cool looking. I'm okay with it. I think it's
Get
kind of
down.
got a lot of personality where he's tapping on the human, and he looks down, he's tapping on the food. He's like, yo,
hook a cat up.
yeah. Hook a feline up.
So look, I don't have the answers for you, but
Okay.
I do have a bit of an origin story and how we're playing it wrong. So apparently,
Oh.
originally it was duck, gray duck, not goose, and it changed to
racist.
goose. And they reckon that makes it easier for kids because as soon as they hear the G sound, they start running, right? Because it's going to be goose. But in the original
Okay.
version, you could say green duck rather than gray duck, so you could trick
Oh.
people.
That sounds better.
So we've all been
Trixie.
playing duck, goose wrong. Should be duck, gray goose.
Gray duck.
Gray goose.
Gray duck.
Sorry, gray duck.
Gray duck.
Gray
Gray
duck.
goose.
Gray goose
is
fuck.
the vodka.
Gray duck.
There you go. There's the law.
Clean Plays Unchecked says, super serious question. What % of the Halloween candy did you personally eat, hand out, or confiscate and eat from your own children? My stats, 70% I ate, 25% I handed out, 100% was confiscated from my own children.
We bought like a little bag of like Mars bars or whatever, like fun size, a bag of Maltesers, and
I like Mars bars, by the way. I've heard there's some discourse about Mars bars.
people didn't
What's
know what
in a Mars
people
bar?
people didn't know what a Mars bar was when I was mentioning it.
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
You ever
Uh,
had a fried Mars bar?
it's like a Snickers without the nuts.
Peanuts? Oh, I bet that's delicious.
Is that D's?
It's like a Milky Way.
Without these nuts, yeah, it's like a
Mm.
Snickers without the nuts.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
a Milky Way then, right?
Yeah, that's what Milky Way.
It's
we also
like a
have Milky
Milky Way, but more solid and a bit more caramel.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like caramel or
Yeah.
caramel.
Or caramel. What do you call it? Caramel.
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 Camel. Camel filling.
Yeah,
We
we
actually
only
did Halloween this year. My kids are 20, so
They went
they're
trick or
not that
treating.
interested in going out. So what we did was we went to my wife has a horse, and we went to the horse barn and we took pictures of animals, horses specifically, that were dressed in costumes, which was I was not looking forward to, honestly. I thought it was gonna be really stupid. But I had a blast. The horse costumes were really fun.
Yeah,
And everybody was having a great time, so I had a great time. It was
you
actually
sent
really
those
fun.
photos, and I thought they were fantastic. They looked like fun.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I felt like I had to send them to you to prove that I wasn't just like skipping out on side quests.
You're just
We're gonna go
Wait, so
take
what-
pictures
drinking
of horses
beer-
in
What was like-
costumes,
drinking
'cause I
beer
couldn't think
in
of a better
socks.
excuse.
drinking beer in socks and Crocs next to the pool
Yeah,
with a big like slide thing that you just ordered. They brought.
yeah.
What was the best costumes for the horse?
My favorite one was there was a headless horseman on the back of a horse.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty good. There was a Ghostbuster horse that I really liked. There was a what do you call like the steampunk horse where they had like a steampunk hat and like gears on the side. I posted that one on my Twitter. There's some good ones. There was a luchador. They said it was a dragon, but it looked like a luchador to me. There's some good ones.
Did the horses feel like they were, dressing up? Personality changed a little bit?
Horses did not give a shit, apparently. It didn't seem it did not seem to care about the costumes.
Halloween again.
Yeah.
Oh,
one of the horses
Lord.
last year was dressed as the Mystery Machine, which I was sad I missed. The Mystery Machine would have been a good one. So I didn't eat any of my kids' candy because they didn't get any. And we didn't have any candy in the house, which is good because I'm on a diet.
Do you not get many trick-or-treaters?
We get a ton because we live right by the school. So it's like
he lives right next to the best lawn in the state.
That's right.
That's where all the kids are going.
They're like,
Mom, let's go to the
that
house
lawn.
with the nice lawn.
They got king-size Snicker bars.
Yeah,
we're going
that thing's
there.
giving out king size over there for sure.
We had 4 kids show up.
Also, Australia does do
Wow.
Halloween.
Yeah, we had 4 kids, and I realized I don't know the etiquette. Like trick or treat, and I was like, "Hi." I don't know. Like, what do you say? Do you say trick or treat back, or do you say Happy Halloween? Or
I
do you
say Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, Happy Halloween.
You say
yeah,
Feliz
right. So I was
Navidad.
like, and then they ran off, and I was like, "All right, bye." I didn't know what to say.
That's hilarious.
I was like, "All right." I said take 1, even though they probably could have had 2 or 3, and we would have been fine. But I didn't know if we were going to get more. But then they were the only 4 kids that showed up. So then Danny and I proceeded to eat a whole bag of Mars bars Maltesers.
So
Maltesers.
it was by design.
Sacrifices have to be made
Yeah.
in the name of Halloween.
We get a good amount of kids here. I feel like because of where we are, it's a lot of young families. So now their kids are at the age where it's like they're ready to go trick or treating.
You got a
Open the
pretty
door and like
densely
8
packed
kids are coming
neighborhood
down.
too, right?
Yeah,
Your candy per hour is probably pretty high in your neighborhood.
it's pretty high. Yeah.
I bet.
And then you know what I
That's
noticed? I had a bowl. And I noticed that the boys just like all the candy. The girls are like, just take 1 and put it in my.
You gotta grab that kid and say, "Whoa, hold on there, sucker!"
Whoa there,
We had
buckaroo.
so much candy. It did not bother me. It was just a social experiment in my brain where I noticed that boys be grabbing candy.
Oh yeah, greedy little shits.
I saw a lot of Twitter videos of like people stealing the whole bowls and taking stuff. And
Yeah, a lot of
But
people.
then
especially
occasionally
'cause
you see that
COVID
one kid
happened.
who sees this happen and he takes some candy out of his bag and puts it back in the bowl, so the next kid gets some candy, and that restores
That
my
is
faith
nice.
in humanity.
That is really nice.
I did see
That's
that too.
very
Yeah.
cute.
It's nice.
It's because when COVID happened, like for Halloween, people would just put out bowls usually because it's like we're not gonna have face-to-face contact, and some people still do that. They're like, this is way better. Just put out a bowl and I don't have to talk to anybody. But people are just taking the entire bowl now. So.
That house deserves to get TP'd next year. You're not really participating. You're faking it.
Oh, put in the bowl?
Put a little effort in. Yeah. Put a bowl out.
It was also on a Monday. It was on a Monday.
Yeah, Monday is not very Halloweenish. It's like the least Halloween of the weekdays.
Here's my response as Australian that doesn't do Halloween. If I was in the US,
because nobody wants to
and
put
had-
their hand in a bowl because there's probably spiders and scorpions and shit in there.
yeah,
Stung by a poisonous beast.
most people would die on the journey. They would be eaten by crocodiles, stung by spiders, and kicked by kangaroos. But if they did happen to make it to the front door,
Made it through the gauntlet, right?
like my dog would be going crazy. Like we wouldn't get Leo wouldn't get sleep. Like we would have a fucking awful night. So I sort of understand the bowl, but then people would just steal it.
Yeah.
Hire someone to hand out candy for you. Put a little thing out.
So I got really excited because I just remembered. Did you guys know that they're actually making a movie about the Great Emu War and it's going to come out soon?
No way. Are you
Can we
starring
do
in
a
it?
DCP
Seriously.
watch along? Can we
I
get
think we
together? We'll watch it. Obviously, we have to do 3, 2, 1 countdown, so chat can watch it with us, and we'll just have a DCP Emu War watch along. We'll dress up
Is
as
this-
Smiling again.
Is this a documentary? Did you say documentary?
No, it's a it's a comedy. It stars John Cleese.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I can't wait.
What?
Unfortunately, it also stars Rob Schneider.
Whoa. Rob Schneider's good. Take that back.
Briar's got opinions.
Awesomeness says, question mostly for Briar, but others could share their thoughts. If Mylan invites you to his house for an all-day event, do you risk having to poop, then waddling across Mylan's house, pants at the ankles to a sink to wash your hands, or do you take Imodium to avoid the issue?
Man, that's
I'm
rough.
definitely taking an Imodium that day. I don't want anything to do with that bathroom situation.
Yeah,
I'm probably not going to eat anything or touch my face after I've touched anything in the house.
Did we actually get to the bottom of this? Like, when you have guests over, Mylan, do they use the bathroom without a sink? Is that the main bathroom that guests have?
Okay, listen. Okay, here we
Like-
go again.
The sink is right there, though. It's a difference.
You're not
like having it
shitting
all
on both hands. You still have one hand that hasn't wiped your ass that you can open the door with.
Are you inviting Wax over? Because it might be different. Might get a little situation
Different,
going
man.
on.
He's not coming over. He's not invited anymore. But now, because we do have one toilet in the bathroom and the one by itself. But now, yeah, I'm just going to say, bathrooms there. Take your pick. One's in the bathroom. One's in the laundry.
Yeah.
See which one they take. And then if
One's
they come in the
the
laundry,
garbage
they're
vat. You should tell 'em.
disgusting.
Make sure you tell them. Yeah.
How come the laundry is running all of a sudden? I've been in there for a long time.
Got a situation in there. Where's the detergent?
I do appreciate, though, a first floor laundry. We have a basement laundry, which is a pain in the balls.
We got a
Yeah,
laundry.
upstairs.
We got a laundry upstairs, and it is amazing.
That's super nice.
It's nice.
Upstairs?
It's got its own
yeah.
sink too.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Got
when
its
we
own
were
sink.
looking at houses, like one of the people that were helping us, they were like, now the laundry room's downstairs, so you have to think about that. And I was like, I can have one upstairs. So you can just like take your laundry from your room to the laundry. You don't have to go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, sheets just go down the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Mylan's mind is blown right now. Look at him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, so you can have a sink in your toilet and a laundry upstairs?
Do you just guys not have a lot of plumbing down there? Like, you just can't afford the pipes for like different
Yeah,
things?
we can't work
too
out how
many
to reverse gravity.
Have you seen the T junction where you can have water go in two different directions?
Wait, I've never seen a laundry upstairs.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
it's wonderful.
It
Yeah.
really is the way to go. I don't know why they put it downstairs anyway. Why is it downstairs?
Yeah, terrible idea.
That's where all the
Downstairs.
plumbing is.
Does everyone have two-story houses? What are you talking about? Two-story house?
Not
Everyone have
everybody,
two-story
no.
house?
Not everybody.
Yeah. Wait, so if you have a two-story house, the laundry is usually upstairs, or no?
Newer
No.
models.
I wouldn't say. Yeah, I wouldn't say usually. It's definitely a new thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more modern construction. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have that. We have a laundry in the basement, and we have a two-story house. So we've got a basement, a ground floor, and a second floor. So it's
What
two
kind
flights of
of
stairs to get there.
houses? Is it your houses normally brick houses, or they like studded walls?
Wood, I think, is the construction of choice for most of America.
Right. What's everyone laughing?
Just a strange question. A strange answer.
Well, okay. In Western Australia, nearly every house is a brick house. These are all double brick walls.
Jeez,
You
a
gotta
brick
keep the alligators out.
house.
You got to keep the kangaroos, emus out, whatever. If you
Yes.
go over East Coast, they'll all be like studded walls. You just punch a hole in it.
It really does depend on when they were built and where it is. It's
Mhm.
kind of it could be anything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You'll see neighborhoods that are all brick houses. Some neighborhoods are all. It depends.
Yeah.
Psychedelic Gent says, no question, just a long and needed clarification. A bushwhacker is just an alcoholic Wendy's Frosty. You can get them with floaters, i.e. a shot of liquor on top that doesn't immediately mix with the rest of it because it's so thick. It makes the end of it very boozy. It's the best. Can you dip fries in that?
I do like boozy milkshakes. Boozy milkshakes.
Boozy
are,
milkshakes are pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Boozy
They're
bushwhacker.
decadent on like 2 levels, right?
Yeah. If I see boozy milkshake on a menu, I'm like, getting that. Don't care what else. That's the thing I'm getting.
Which part is killing you the fastest? The sugar or the alcohol?
The brain freeze.
Brain freeze numbs you out before the alcohol kicks in. Wax says, after last week's episode, I'm positive someone made a lore channel about Mylan Games Aussie toilet adventures. Also ran
me.
duality and didn't get rewards at the end, nor did it count towards completion. Did you ever face this? Yes.
Yeah, Briar.
Yes, I
Briar
have.
did. Yeah, he's done it. So he's done the dungeon many times, and it still says he hasn't done it.
It's not that specifically has happened, but there's been usually at the beginning of a season when you're doing like the main quest, there's always some bug that you can't complete like a mission for, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's like between step 6 and step 7, you have to get like a certain drop of like some coin by doing some random activity, and for some reason, it's always bugged for me. Like I'm like looking around, like how do I get this thing to drop so I can go to step 7? Every season, there's something like that.
I've run a lot of duality. I have not had issues with stuff dropping in duality, to be honest. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. There is a bug with like finishing it, but you still get the drops on master. I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna SP4DEZ. How do you think? Spades? I'm gonna go spades. Super serious question from Island. Mate, where's my DDU stubby holder? My tinnies are getting warm.
I basically had a big cry on stream. I was like, fuck you guys. I'm not doing DDU unless you buy stubby holders from us.
What's a stubby holder?
Like a
Your koozie?
A koozie, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I like that name.
Like DDU stubby holders. And looked into
Do you
getting them.
sell them?
Well, I would have to buy like 100 minimum to my place and then individually mail them to people.
Oh, you can't do like one of them
On demand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure
if
you
anyone
could.
knows,
I would absolutely order 2 DDU stubby holders.
stubby holders. Yeah.
I love
If
a good
anyone
beer
knows,
koozie.
on demand, stubby holders.
You get
let me
one that
know,
says
we'll
taint
get it
scratcher
sorted.
on it. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Taint scratch and koozies. Oh my god,
We'll
we
put a
this in our
kangaroo
store.
scratching and then just be taint scratcher.
Taint scratch and koozie.
You could make the beer or whatever be the penis, and then you could have balls on the koozie.
Oh,
and then
like
it's a taint
truck
scratcher
nuts, but
when you're
beer
holding
nuts.
Wow.
Beer nuts.
This is next level.
This is $1 million idea. Beer nuts.
Yeah, beer nuts.
I think you've just thought of something that is guaranteed
Yeah.
to make $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Trillions.
A lot of people are going to be putting a tall boy in there. Just to,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because.
I just told my son what a tall boy was for the first time. I like this. It's much better than a 12 ounce. It was a Coke. Because he's only 20 years old. Autobot Dawson says, what destination are you thinking for the next dungeon? Europa or the Throne World? Love the show, guys. What do you think it's going to be? Oh, no, that's not Delightful.
So what? The duality was Leviathan. Grasp of Avarice was.
It was just the
EDZ.
30th anniversary.
Or Cosmodrome, yeah.
Inside the tower.
We've had Throne Worlds. We've had Moon with the pit. Prophecy was just like unknown time and space. The 9.
Yeah. 9 stuff.
The 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if it's Rasputin or on that theme, it depends on the theme for the season, right? Like whatever the theme is.
Yeah, that's the harder thing to pinpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Bray exercise. I mean, I would like to get back to Europa. I think that I like the raid, so that'd be fun.
I love the sci-fi building design.
Yeah.
When you're inside that stuff that's like snowed in, but still hi-fi or sci-fi high-end technology. The Bray stuff, I like that aesthetic a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can. They usually have like they start off in a certain area, but you can also, like I think with like Nefeli Stronghold or like Neomuna, you could do like Bray Tech aesthetic, and it'd be like a satellite area. Like there's lore of you know, finding a research station from Clovis Bray that's been, you know, broken down. You can have like elements of horror in a research station, and it could still have some of that Clovis Bray shine, but you're going to make it a bit darker, or you can do whatever. So it's not like Deepstone Crypt, which was, you know, quite polished, I guess, in its aesthetic.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Insane8511 says, what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? Rugby or football, I think would be pretty fun.
I feel like those would be dangerous. I feel like
fun for the viewer.
Yeah, I feel like golf would be hilarious. Seeing people.
Ah, you can
drunk.
watch John Daly do that now.
That's true.
I just have to go with the answer before and say curling.
Oh yeah,
I
curling
think-
would be great.
Curling.
Did
is-
we already answer this question?
We've answered it like twice before.
Okay, curling.
We're doing
That's a good
repeats.
Curling's good one. I can think of we can think of other ones, you know, like
Baseball.
Yes.
It's just drinking in sports. I missed. I was looking at a DD. I was looking at a DDU. Someone made a DDU stubby for us.
Nice.
Let's see it.
See it?
Yeah.
Don't know if you can read the writing at the very bottom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I would buy that.
Oh, that's nice.
It's great.
Yeah, anything that's got like a little bit of exercise, like walking and beer, it's always good. You know, like golf and frisbee and that kind of stuff. That's good.
Oh,
you can
ultimate
drink
frisbee
more
would be
than
a fun
play.
one.
Yeah, you need more drinking time than play time. Like golf, you hit the ball and then you're just doing nothing for a while. You're walking.
Okay.
I mean, have you played golf? Because the last few times I've been, there's been quite a bit of drinking going on. They have a cart girl that her job is to sell you beer.
We're talking about a professional sport.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
We're talking about what professional sport, if people got sloshed,
Yeah.
would be fun to
Would be
watch.
more entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna make up a
Hockey
new
would be
sport.
good.
I'm gonna make up a new sport. It's a sport where
Okay.
people have to get uncomfortably drunk and then go to their local fair and ride all the carny.
It's too dangerous.
Well, you know, all these are gonna be dangerous if you're drunk.
All right, new sport. You get drunk, and then you have to go to each one of your family members and tell them what you dislike most about them.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch. All right, last one of the night. Kane Shin Phoenix says, "Hey guys, big fan. What Destiny 1 strikes or Vaulted D2 strikes would you like to see come back with updated difficulty or features?" He suggests Shield Brothers or Savvy's Song.
Yeah, Shield Brothers was cool. I always liked Shield Brothers.
Shield Bros
Yeah,
was
that was a
cute.
fun one.
It was cute.
He's cute.
That
I mean-
when that one was hard difficulty though, it was real hard because
It was
in that
really
room,
hard.
Like there was
You
no
were-
place to hide in there.
There was just
There
this
was
one little piece
no
of
way.
geometry that you could
There
stay
was
on
this
that would break the AI pathing, so they wouldn't come
Yeah.
chasing you. So it was
So I
doable.
Only one
remember,
person
like-
could fit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember two-manning it or something, and I was just like, the person died. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here
hmm
until it's safe.
And the shield bros are like, "Where'd they go? I don't understand where the player went. They're gone."
So that room is hard. So if it was brought to Destiny 2 and made really difficult in GMs and stuff, that thing would be rough.
It'd be tough.
Be brutal.
Very.
Yeah.
But Shield Bros, the one would you like hit under that ramp with the boxes? Was that that was a different one, wasn't it?
Oh, no,
called
that's
Val.
that's Valis.
Valis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Valis 2 arc.
Yep.
Yeah. Just like
That was a
peeking
good one
between
too.
two
I like that
boxes.
one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fond
I
memories
can't say I
of
do a lot of strikes,
Icebreaker.
to be honest. Apart from GMs, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Shield
Was
Brothers
it
would
the
be the main
Undying
one.
Mind
Oh,
with the
Dark
that we
Blade.
used to farm for the what gun was that? It was basically a Fate Bringer.
Yeah, the Fatebringer replacement. Yeah, Mago Loop.
Yeah.
Right.
Mago Loop. That was
Yeah.
a fun strike, I thought. It was short, which I like.
Oh, the Arcane.
That's what I want. Strike specific loot. That was a good time.
I love
Yeah.
strike specific loot so much. There's just something extremely satisfying to kill something in a game and get stuff that looks like them. That's why
Yeah.
Monster Hunter is so great. You know, your whole armor looks exactly like the thing you just killed. It's yeah, I love that.
Yep. Is that it? Is
All
the
right.
last one?
Yeah.
Hey, nailed it.
We did it.
Congratulations.
Thanks for the super serious questions, guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys keeping
Evens.
the toilet talk to a minimum. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I've had about enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are getting a little out of
That's
hand.
it.
Had enough of all that poop talk. Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in, watching. We appreciate it. Shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs for supporting the shows. Hope your November is a fantastic month. And yeah. What's happening in Destiny next week? The end of the festival, right?
End of the festival. I think Iron Banner is the week after.
Yeah.
So I don't
not-
know.
I'm not really sure what's coming up aside from just the end of the season. So
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
really sure.
we'll see. TBD. We'll find out.
We'll
Thanks
see.
for watching. We'll find out more. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.